Hello everyone. As at the time of the recording of this video, the 2026 FIFA World Cup is happening. So I decided to, do a little fun project in the meantime. And I think this is something that could be really helpful, especially if you have any business, if you're in the sports industry, if you're in the entertainment industry, the restaurant industry, if you have a very active social media account and you follow football. Here's an automation that I set up that automatically posts live scores to your social media accounts. All right, so for this particular example, it checks an API and it checks for any live scores and it creates a post on Blue Sky. I decided to use Blue Sky for this example only because the API is like super easy to set up. It doesn't have to be Blue Sky. It can be literally any platform. Can be X. Can be Facebook. You could even add a few extra steps to generate some images and even turn it into an Instagram post to follow scores in real time. So I'm just gonna give you a quick walkthrough to see how this happens. And not only that, but actually, I'm recording this, there is an actual game happening between Germany and Paraguay. So I'm actually gonna be able to show you this automation working in real time. Right, so we're gonna watch the game for any goal that gets scored, and we're gonna watch the automation automatically post a live score. Right. So to give you a quick run through first, this is pretty much two automations working in tandem here. So the first one is this one to refresh the watch list, and what this does is that every half an hour or so, this one's pretty simple. Every half an hour or so, it checks for the up and coming games. All right. Oh, and yeah, by the way, I'm pulling all of the World Cup information from this open source API, which is they actually have a GitHub repo that you can fork and host on your own. For now, I'm actually gonna be querying, like pulling data from their production servers directly. Um, but this one I wouldn't exactly recommend it for production use, only because I don't think their infrastructure is that big. So if you have too many clients making requests to their API, it may break. I don't know, something like that. Unless, as I said, if you fork it and you self-host it, then that shouldn't be a problem. In other case, you may want to use for production use. You may want to use something. I forgot the name of it. There's an API for it. There's some paid APIs that you can use. They are much more reliable. That have a greater infrastructure, and I believe even the statistics are updated even more closer to real time. All right, but for demonstration purposes, this API works just fine. Right, so I'm going to be using this to pull the info for the matches. Right, and as I said, right now we have Germany playing against Paraguay. Right, so we're gonna watch this automation in action. But the way it works is, it's going to pull all of the games. Right, it's gonna call the endpoint and get all of the game schedule. And then it's going to here's some custom JavaScript code to check for, obviously check for the time zones, and it's going to check the date and the time to see which games are upcoming, like within the next hour or so, which games are about to start, and those get added to this N8N data table. And I'm going to show you right now the data table that's opening here, that is watch games. So here's one right now. This is the game ID for Germany and Paraguay. They're currently tied 1-1, right? So this is the data as it stands. So that's all this automation does. This workflow does. It calls for any up and coming games and what's already happening, so that then we can use that on the other more interesting workflow, which is the goal watcher poll. right? And this is a bit of a more interesting one. So this one pulls, of course, from the data table, and it gets all of the information from the currently happening games, and then it gets the specific info for that match, right? And it's gonna pull like the team IDs, the current score, etc. So we have the starting score saved on the table, and then we have this, which makes the pulls the data from the API, so we get like the more real-time score. And then I have this code API, which checks for any deltas in the score, right? And if it finds any deltas in the score, now what it does is, well, number one, it updates the table, and also it checks if the game is finished. If the game is finished, it gets deleted from the table. But then it checks whether it should post. There is some extra code there that handles some edge cases. Like, say for example, if a goal gets invalidated, then the new score doesn't get updated. It so there's some extra code in there to handle some edge cases. But if a goal gets scored, then of course it does get posted. So then this calls this little sub workflow, which is to get a Blue Sky access token, and then once the access token is retrieved, then it goes ahead and creates a Blue Sky post, right? So now we're actually gonna get to show you how this works, because as I said, right now as I'm speaking, there's a currently game going on between Germany and Paraguay. They're tied 1-1. So I've set this up, and I'm gonna have the automation running, and hopefully it's gonna it's gonna create a post with the live score when the moment a goal gets scored, right? So we're gonna check it out. Okay, so the automation is running, and we are now in the middle of the game. Both Germany and Paraguay are tied 1-1. So now we're gonna watch for a goal. And okay, well, we can have the game going on here, and in here we're monitoring the automation executions. You see that they're running every 5 seconds. And well, if a goal is scored, we should almost immediately, in a few seconds, we should be seeing a social media post with an updated score. So now we're just gonna go ahead and watch for a goal. Okay, Germany just scored. Germany scored a goal. So now let's go ahead and check the Blue Sky profile. Let's try to hit refresh. See how long it takes to get the post. There we go. It's updated. 2-1. Okay. I need to do a couple of adjustments, fix the team names, but it works. The updated score, Germany 2, Paraguay 1. Still needs a little fix, but not bad for a first attempt. So yeah, there we go. Everybody have a good time watching the World Cup.